continuing to help you do what it takes, WIT Radio. And we present From Booking to Broadcasting to help you be a performance author. And on adventure number 5, we do this. Let's take a look at successful authors who've increased their audience and income with new and creative audio programs. We continue on, and I hope this has been helpful. We'd like to take now the next few minutes of this program, this course, this therapy session, this adventure, and see if we can't get you started, not only in some more creative ways of doing things, but perhaps how to truly get started in putting together both your authorship, your performanceship, and in effect, make it a way for you to continue to do profitably, fruitfully, and joyfully, and with a lot more fun, do what you love to do, and that is to tell your stories and share your wisdom, insight, and truth with people all around the world. That's what we want to do, and we want to be able to do it well and enjoy doing just that. We've talked about a man who took a book and turned it into a successful podcast. I've shown you how you might be able to actually even write your book online, and perhaps you could even create your book by doing a podcast first and taking that podcast and turning it into a book. And there's much more, because that would be a way to test the subject and see if it's even worth perhaps going from broadcasting to booking. Let's see if we can learn more about that. Now, a couple of just examples of something that might be helpful and useful to you as you understand. Now, most of you have probably heard of Malcolm Gladwell and his incredible work, probably seen his TED Talks. Remember, that's a lot of where he got going, is his TED Talks. But his books are well known. And of course, one of the more recent ones is Blink. And so I hadn't read the book, but what I did, I've read most of his other books, but I didn't read Blink. But I went to the library and found, here's his audiobook. And so I decided to listen to it. Well, first of all, it is Malcolm actually doing it. And let me tell you, I know all about professional narration. I do it. I do it for other people. But there's something powerful about your human spirit that can come through if perhaps with some coaching and some just perseverance, that you will actually be the one who does the storytelling, does the narration. Again, I know the arguments back and forth, but I just want you to know that Malcolm did that, and I could tell that there was a little more energy and a little more spirit. I also realized, just from having heard him before, that he's taken some training. He knows a little bit about the performing art that he didn't quite have, because by his own admission, he's an introverted author. And that's why he's so good at research, because he really enjoys doing that kind of stuff. And then he has to go through the hard work of writing, which may not be quite as much fun as discovering and interviewing and doing the things that go into the writing. We all know those games. Okay, but I noticed that in effect, he did it was himself, but he made it different. It's not the book entirely, in the sense that there are occasional comments and references to the book. At the same time, there are actualities, that there are people that are quoted in the book where he has actually gotten the point where they actually said it. Or if he's describing a scene that took place, particularly in one of the cases dealing with suicides, he's found ways to take some of the original newsreel footage or the audio footage that was about that. So the book is not just his book being read by Malcolm. It is a book in which he is actually conducting very much like a radio program that has audio actualities and actually interviews that were done with some of the characters involved. Now that takes time and research and work, But that is very, very much part of what he's doing. And of course, if the people who are successful doing things, we learn from them. The other person is someone you may have heard about, Dr. Daniel Amen, or Amen. And he's very much known for his brain studies and the books, Your Brain, Your Life. Make your brain better. And that's what he does. But he has written a book, which many of you have heard about, and it's called Change Your Brain, Change Your Body. But this is not the audio book. This is Change Your Brain, Change Your Body, which is based on his book. Now, his books tend to be quite dense. I mean, they're really full of, I will very much guarantee you that millions of people may read his books, but not very many of them are able to complete it fully because it's just full of it. It's just overwhelming because he's a brilliant scientist on this, and he's an enthusiastic communicator. What this is primarily is that he goes through the chapters and he just discusses with a colleague what is in the chapter. Very unique. I find it very interesting and quite helpful. So these are just illustrations that I want you to think about, that there are all kinds of other possibilities. And we can share with you even many more where, in effect, it's not really your book in the traditional sense. It's not your audio book in the traditional sense. It is something more and more into the realm of broadcasting. Well, there we go. Just an idea. But now we're going to try and show you that you perhaps could actually build your business, all right, and grow your audience by not even necessarily talking about your books. Let's see if that might be something you'd like to do. Let's see if perhaps it's not your book, it's not your writing, maybe it's you who could make the difference. That's next. Okay, there's a bit more to come, but how can we help you? Let us know. StanHouston@gmail.com. Leave a message at 520-664-7002 USA.